Now at 6, family, faculty, and students in Baxter Springs, Kansas adjust to a 4-day school week. Plus, the Quapaw Nation looks back on a decade of a Tar Creek cleanup program and forward to the future. And the Souls Harbor in Joplin celebrates a brand new area for the kids.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Baxter Springs, Kansas School District is adjusting to a 4-day school week, Tuesday through Friday. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to the superintendent and parents about how the school year is going so far.
School looks a little different this year for students in the USD 508 school district located in Baxter Springs, Kansas. This year is the debut of the 4-day school week schedule.
I think we've came out with a really good plan for our district. I think it's going really well. I hear a lot of positives from it, from our students, from our staff, and from our parents.
The transition to a 4-day school week is a part of the recruitment and retention plan for staff. USD 508 superintendent says the new schedule now gives staff a choice to make up hours or rest.
And some of them, obviously, they want to work as much as they can, and some of them enjoy the day off. And so not all of them wanted to make up those hours, and that's okay. We've got an opportunity for them to spend time with their family if that's what they want.
It's not just the staff that's adjusting to the new schedule.
By the time that they get out from the extended day that they're currently having, it's about 7 o'clock before they get out of their sports programs for the day. They come home, they take a shower, eat dinner, and then they're pretty much right in bed.
I think that it's taken a little bit of pressure off of her, also to have that extra day off. She can use it to catch up on homework, she can use it for sports, she can just hang out with mom.
High school student athletes specifically might have a harder time adjusting their work ethic to stay on top of the homework.
The roughest thing so far for the children is that they're just really cramped on Tuesday through Thursday. I know that they're extremely busy right now. Fridays is their sports days that they have their sporting games.
However, some parents are noticing that students are being more proactive in the community.
I think it's really helped. Honestly, she wakes up every day ready to go to school instead of burnout.
The older high school students I see all the time on Facebook, and the ones that I know, they're able to provide child services for all the residents here in our communities, children that need daycare and stuff. That a lot of the daycare centers here are currently full, so they're able to help out.
Reporting in Baxter Springs, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
School officials say they're going to know more in depth about how students are adjusting when benchmark scores come in. Looks like some of us at least could get some more rain. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane.
You're right, Dow. We have another round of rain on the way, developing down in Oklahoma right now. Some thunderstorms, even some severe weather in and around the Tulsa area right now, or just east of there. Zooming into our local area, nothing severe. We just have some thunder showers just to the north and west of Veneta, between Veneta and Welch, and also down in southern Nowata County. Now, as we head through the overnight hours and tomorrow morning, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms developing, especially along south of I-44, with temperatures dropping through the 60s to about 63 by tomorrow morning. And looking down the lane, we're going to have those scattered storms tonight, clearing tomorrow, but a cooler Friday. And what's this about a frosty Saturday morning? I'll tell you all the chilly details on that coming up in just a little while.
See you soon. Much of northeast Oklahoma has battled contamination from old mining waste known as chat for decades. Today, the Quapaw Nation marks 10 years of a project intended to preserve historic structures, artifacts, and landscape features while that chat was removed. A commemoration event today celebrates successes of that project. It began in 2013 when an agreement allowed the Quapaw Nation to work with the EPA during the chat cleanup in the Tar Creek Superfund site.
We've taken on so much work in the last 10 years, starting out at the Catholic 40 where we addressed 100,000 tons of material to now we're addressing 100,000 tons of material in one given month. So we've really sort of increased our operational sort of experience.
This was the first tribally managed Superfund site cleanup in the U.S. That cleanup project is expected to continue for decades. The Missouri Attorney General is urging Tyson Foods to sell rather than close the Tyson plants in Knoll and Dexter, Missouri. AG Andrew Bailey makes the request in a letter to Tyson CEO Donnie King. Bailey says both federal and state law require Tyson to make every effort to sell. Bailey points out the Noel Tyson plant employs 1,500 workers, and its closure would have devastating impacts on the community's economy. That plant is scheduled to close on or around October 20th. Special Olympics Kansas rolls out a regional unified bocce competition today. The competition consists of 66 teams. Hundreds of people turned out to cheer them on. 2 athletes paired with 2 partners, and teams played 2 bocce games. For the athletes, the event was more than just about competition, as they made new friendships and social connections.
The biggest thing I hope that they gain is those relationships, working on communicating, working on independence, working on, having those people within the community that they can go up and talk to and be friends with and have those lifelong friendships made.
That competition featured youth-level bocce ball all the way up to adult. Coming up, a local band gets a shot at stardom. We're going to hear from band members about what this opportunity means. Plus, the Fairland Owls look to extend their softball season. John has a preview of their playoff chances coming up in sports. Local band Fox Royale is going on tour with Young the Giant in Europe. KOAM's Miranda Burton has a look at their story.
Brothers Nathan and Caleb Hurley are the founding members of this alternative band, which launched into the music industry in 2020. Their first ever concert as Fox Royale was here at Joplin Avenue Coffee Company. Since then, they've played many venues in Joplin, such as Wilder's, JB's Piano Lounge, and Joplin Avenue a couple more times. However, the brothers did not find immediate success.
We started Fox Royale in 2020, like the same week as COVID started. So we just stayed home for like a year as soon as we started.
Fox Royale has used social media to gain a solid fan base, but it's their own grit that has landed them in Young the Giant's sights, along with a little luck.
We've been playing like festivals a lot this summer. But this is like a last-minute support slot. So they were going on tour and they needed an opening band. So we got a call like 3 weeks ago that they liked us and they were down to have us on the tour. So that was very surprising because I've been listening to Young the Giant forever.
According to the brothers-made band members, the credibility gained from this experience is already opening doors for their career.
Next month, as soon as we're back, our last show of the year is going to be in Chicago. And we're opening for one of my favorite childhood bands. So I'm not going to say right now, but it's just a song everyone's heard of, and it was really cool to get that one.
They are already on tour in Europe, but the brothers admit that tour life isn't all glamorous.
And we're making merch at this apartment that the label got us. And then we're also, we bought a drum kit off Facebook Marketplace, in some neighborhood, 2 miles from here. And then we're customizing it this week. And then our first show is on Sunday in Germany. So, and then we're renting a van, and I'm just going to drive us on this whole tour.
Even through all the excitement, the brothers are reminding themselves to enjoy the moment, no matter what may be in store for them.
Honestly, if we peaked and never did anything else and just opened for Young the Giant on a European tour and got picked for that, for me, that's further than I ever visualized going when I was in college.
Reporting from Joplin, Missouri, this is Miranda Burton with KOAM News.
Good for them. Their first show again in Europe is on October 8th. Fox Royale encourages four-staters to keep up with them and what's next on social media. A little bit later, another area team gears up for a shot at playoff glory on the softball diamond. John's going to take a look at Wyandott's chances coming up in sports.
And we're going to take a look at the chances of precipitation for tonight and also frosty conditions by the weekend. We'll have the details right after this. Well, we got through the first round of showers and storms this morning, dumping quite a bit of rain, especially in the southern counties. And now we have another round getting ready to move up into our area from the south and west. Right now at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, things are looking pretty cloudy, ominous in the background there, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We made it up to 77 today after starting out at a warm 65, which overall was above normal, but we were slightly above on the high. Rainfall, we're actually ahead for the month. That's a nice change, but unfortunately we're still behind for the year at about 10 inches. Rain right now is on radar, but it's down in Oklahoma, even some severe weather for Rogers County into western Mayes County. This activity is moving towards the north and east. You can see a few showers up to the north and west along a weak boundary. You can also see lots of more severe weather, and look at this large area of rain across central and southern Oklahoma. That is advancing to the north and east, and you can see the severe weather down in north central Texas. In our local area with the first round, we had several inches of rain, especially in southern Barry County, around 3 inches there, 2 inches in McDonald County, and about an inch in a little spot just north of Parsons. So we had quite a bit of rain with this morning's round. We do have a boundary across the area. This is more of what we call an inverted trough that's draped across our area, warmer out towards the west with temperatures in the 80s, and then you get into the 70s and even 60s in Cassville right now with 69, where it's been rain cooled most of the afternoon. Rain chances are going to dramatically increase as we go into the overnight hours and then start to fall off as we go through the day tomorrow as northwesterly winds start to move in. Severe weather risk tonight is going to be in southwestern Oklahoma and north central Texas. Really not expecting a whole lot here. There is a marginal risk, but we're not expecting a widespread area of severe weather tonight. We are expecting some heavy rainfall in some isolated spots, especially along and south of I-44, where you could pick up an inch or two again with some of that. So we might be looking at some flash flooding in some of those counties in McDonald County and Barry County if those train in the right spot. Looking at the European model, it too is forecasting the heaviest rain basically along and parallel to I-44 and southward to the north and west, lighter amounts up toward Jade Center. So the forecast tonight, scattered showers and storms with temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Then tomorrow morning, we'll see those scattered showers and storms starting to shift to the east with lows generally in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Then tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy skies with highs in the mid 70s, 80s out towards the west. Then as we go into Friday morning, increasing clouds with lows in the 50s and some 40s thrown in too, with some showers up to the north on Friday afternoon with highs in the 60s and northerly winds. But check out Saturday morning. Lows will be in the 30s, even some frost possible, especially in some of the colder river valleys. Look at Monette, 34 degrees. It's going to be quite chilly. Here's the storm system tonight. That's rapidly pulling away, but then we have another shot of cooler air coming down from the north and west in time for the weekend, and then that will move off towards the east, and then here comes the next storm system arriving about Wednesday and Thursday in the coming week. Let's take a look at the forecast. 37 by Saturday morning, and then cool as we head into the early part of next week with a warming trend, and then more storms on Thursday and Friday of next week.
Yeah, bring on the rain and the cooler temps.
I agree.
Loving it.
Bring it on.
Still ahead, Wyandotte and Fairland softball each head off to the Class II state tournament. John Dales was at both high schools today. He has those stories and more coming up next.
Fairland High School softball is headed to state for the second time in the last 3 years. The Lady Owls got here by winning 15 of their final 17 games of the season, including a 15-5 victory in the regional final against Howe. Now this afternoon, the Fairland softball team receives a police escort out of town on their way to the Class II state tournament. First making their way through a parade of supporters from high school all the way down to preschool and kindergarten, cheering on the Owls softball team, and this group isn't satisfied with just getting this far.
I'm excited to go out there, kick butt, and just overall have a good time.
This is me, Lainey, RJ's first year. We weren't a part of the team that went to state 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're super
excited.
excited.
I went my freshman year,
and
we're hoping this time to get some more games in.
I'm super proud of them because we have no seniors, first of all, and we've played really well together and grew as a team and really cohesive, and just really proud of them for that reason.
Meanwhile, Wyandotte softball is headed to the Class 2A state tournament as well. The Bears receiving all sorts of support from Wyandotte Elementary, middle school, and high schoolers. They boast a 28-8 record and took care of Stroud easily in their regional final. The Bears won the title game 17-2. Now here's a look at the tournament bracket for both the Lady Owls and Bears. It's single elimination, win or go home. Wyandotte plays the first game of the tournament against Dale, who enters with a 36-3 record. First meeting between those two all year at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Fairland starts the tournament playing Oktaha. They played each other once in the regular season. The Owls won that game 7-4. We're not quite yet at state tournament time for Missouri high school softball, but getting closer every day. Most teams have either wrapped up regular season play already or getting closer. This evening is the final regular season game for Nevada. The Lady Tigers playing host to Carl Junction, and they win this one by run rule, 15-0. Goes final after just 4 innings. Nevada jumped out to the lead early, blasting 2 3-run homers in the first inning. Carl Junction not done yet in the regular season. It faces Branson in Glendale to round out the year. Now over to the MLB playoffs. Day 2 of the wild card round is today. Bit of a surprise here. The Rangers go on the road to Tampa and easily dispose of the Rays. Texas wins the best of 3 series in a 2-game sweep, outscoring the Rays a combined 11-1 through the 2 games. Next up, the Rangers face the top seed in the American League at the Baltimore Orioles. Then to the other American League game, the Blue Jays down to their final 3 outs. The Twins hold a 1-0 series lead, 2-0 lead in this game. We're into the bottom of the 8th inning. Carlos Correa delivered an RBI single in the 4th with the bases loaded. The Twins pushed across 1 more run after that. That's all they've needed so far. Pitchers duel on both sides, as is often the case in October. Back to those 2 teams, Fairland and Wyandotte, each going to the state tournament. Both of them big threats to make a run in that state tournament. I think what's most impressive about Fairland getting to this point, no seniors on that team, yet they still win their regional.
It's a sign they have a bright future ahead of them.
Definitely.
No doubt. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. K-State stops in Allen County on a recruiting and community connection mission. K-State, I said. Plus, as kids get more and more attached to screens, we're going to have some tips on how to get those kids moving. And President Biden announces $9 billion in student loan relief. We're going to find out who is eligible. Those stories and a lot more coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, to be the first to see breaking news, whether in sports, why don't you download the KOAM News app? You can get more content there than you can on air. You can also catch our news wherever you want while you're on the go. It's available free of charge. It's in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Southwest Missouri Bank joined Souls Harbor in celebrating a new play area for the shelter today. The shelter serves men, women, and homeless families in Joplin, and the addition of the play area will make stays there a bit easier for the youngest residents. For the shelter, the play area has only upsides.
It's going to be a lot bigger, and they also have a cement pad that they can use to set the picnic tables on and such. So then they'll have a much better place to sit, less lawn care, and then the kids will have a play area that's well cushioned, and they can, if they have any accidents, then they don't have any problems with that.
Souls Harbor is located at 817 South Main in Joplin. We're hoping for some more rain before long, and we're expecting some much cooler temperatures in
That's
a few
exactly
days.
right. Football weather, in fact, with temperatures in the 30s by Saturday morning, and you got to love that. And then as we head towards the early part of next week, a slow warming trend with yet another storm system on Thursday and Friday of next week. So we definitely have some chances of rainfall today and then.
Very good. Final sports note.
Football weather, we will definitely take that. Before we get to football this Friday, though, tomorrow afternoon, Miami softball, who we covered their regional championship last week, they play in the Super Regional tomorrow afternoon.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.